companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
It is indeed New Orleans, Louisiana. There's no doubt about that. The weather's really nice outside. Pretty darn good. Jazz and Heritage Festival 2026, Day 2 underway out in Gentilly. It might not be chilly in Gentilly, but it's not hot. It's nice. It's nice outside, sort of mild. I'm not going to tell you it's 65 and sunny, but it's mild and nice. It's sunny. It's about 82, 81. Cloud rollover every now and then. No, very nice day. Gorgeous day. Jazz Fest 2026. Lots of food, lots of good music, great weather, no rain. That's key. Just like yesterday, going off without a hitch, essentially. You got to love it. Day 2 of 8, you got to love that too. Not even halfway through this bad boy. Tomorrow, Saturday, 70 to 82, but like a 65% chance of rain. We'll see. It's New Orleans. Could happen early morning, could happen overnight, could happen at other parts of the city and not hit Jazz Fest. Sunday, 71 through 85. 50% chance of rain on Sunday. But again, like Saturday, I'm flailing my hands, my arms in the air if you're checking us out on radio. Kind of, it's just the prediction. We'll see. It's New Orleans. You never cancel your plans, your outdoor plans, unless they're like, my God, it's a washout. It's definitive. They're saying 100% chance, that kind of stuff. And like 1 out of 10 of those that they're just so damn sure that it changes. It's weather. It's Mother Nature. It's not following the forecast or what the meteorologists say, although they're using the best facts, information, scientific evidence, history, all of it, experience to give us the best forecast possible. I don't knock the old weathermen. The opposite. I depend on them and count on them every day and spout off their stuff every day. Anyway, Jazz Fest underway. Zurich Classic Golf. Second round, cut down day. They're doing that as we speak, right across the UEP Long Bridge. It's so weird. You could be in like Elmwood, at like the Chick-fil-A drive-through or something, the Wendy's drive-through in Elmwood at Elmwood Shopping Center in traffic right now. And just right across the UEP Long Bridge, about 5 minutes away, literally 5 minutes on the other side of the UEP Long Bridge, you're at the TPC of Louisiana Golf Course at the end of Lapalco, where Lapalco hits 190. 5 minutes, 10 minutes from Elmwood, 5 minutes from the other side of the UEP Long Bridge. Some of the world's best golfers are battling it out amongst the cypress trees at the TPC. Now, I was talking to a buddy of mine. It's funny, like New Orleans, we're just, I don't know what it is. Is it the Mississippi River? You got like New Orleans, Memphis, and maybe St. Louis. I was trying to think of towns, cities in America that really haven't caught on to the economic boom of the country. It's all over. Every city seems to be growing exponentially and good economy and lots of college graduates. It's like, pick your poison. Which of the 20, 25, 30 U.S. cities do you want to move to? And here's like an alternative list. And New Orleans and St. Louis, I would imagine, and Memphis really aren't on the lists of these college students, not making the list. Anyway, just talking to some buddies about like golf in New Orleans. And because we're not every other city in America outside of St. Louis and Memphis, we don't have super high caliber golf courses. And the ones that we do have that are very well kept up, that are like kept up to the standard of the rest of America, that they would consider like well kept. We've got like 3, and 2 of them you can't play unless you know someone. Metairie Country Club, New Orleans Country Club, those are very well kept. Haven't played those courses in years. I'd love to play those courses. They're private. They should be open to me. I'm not saying that at all. It's a private club. It's a private course. They own their own course, the members. No, I just like to play those courses. And the next one would be TPC of Louisiana, where they hold the PGA Tour stop. That's in lush, plush, great condition, no invasive grasses, just great fairways leading to, nice rough, not nice where the ball goes, but just not weeds, and just perfect Bermuda grass. The greens are slick and fast. The traps are well kept. The waste areas are well kept up. We just don't have a whole lot of that in New Orleans. And the TPC, I don't think they overcharge for a round of golf, but for New Orleans, it's kind of expensive. It could cost you anywhere from with a New Orleans driver's license, like $1.25 to like $1.50 to play. Unless you catch like a twilight rate, then you might dip under $100, might get out there for $79, $89, some twilight rate. No, we just don't have a lot of super high quality golf. The TPC of Louisiana, a fully public course. Anyone can play it. And it's as lush and as plush as any course in America, basically. I mean, unless there's the 1%ers, the crazy places. Corey, they oversee, they got $1 million budget. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I hear you. We don't have a lot of it. We got a lot of mediocre courses that are like, okay, it's playable. They got good greens. It's rough around the edges. We got a lot of those. Most cities, I mean, obviously population matters, but even cities of similar size to New Orleans, just in other parts of the country, I think they've just got a little more economy going, more affluent people, and more of that, more nice kind of well-kept golf courses. The TPC is one of those if you ever want to play it. And playing it after the tournament's available. Like you can book a tee time for like next week, and it's like pretty damn close to in tournament condition. So you got Jazz Fest till Sunday, and then you got Jazz Fest next weekend, Thursday through Sunday. Zurich Classic Round 2 going on as we speak. And last night, with the 8th overall pick, your New Orleans Saints selected Jordan Tyson, wide receiver out of Arizona State, 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Texas, born in Texas, 21 years old. That's the 8th selection overall, the Saints. Jordan Tyson, a starter at wide receiver, opposite of Olave right away. Round 2 and 3 tonight. The Saints have I don't know why it's the 10th pick in the second round. Must be some compensatory picks in there for other teams or something. They have the 10th pick in the second round, which is the 42nd overall. And they have the 9th pick in the third round, which is the 73rd overall. So the 42nd overall and the 73rd overall. Got to get at least one more starter out of that, and ideally 2 starters out of tonight's draft. With the 42nd overall pick and the 73rd pick, got to get at least one starter out of that, and ideally both starters out of that. Puts a little less pressure on you for those remaining selections, which I guess go down tomorrow, rounds 4 through 7. Tomorrow morning, if I'm not mistaken. Saints have a couple of 4th-round picks right next to each other, numbers 132 and 136 overall. Then they've got a 5th-round pick at 150 and at 172, a 6th-rounder at 190, and no 7th-round pick. But those 4th-rounders, 132 and 136, nice to get a starter out of that. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday. Yeah, you're right. Fletcher Mackel, Fridays with Fletch. Fletcher Mackel is going to join us from WDSU Channel 6 Sports in a second. I forget where Fletcher's going to be, either at Saints camp or at the Zurich. I think he's at Saints camp now. I think he was at the Zurich all day, and now he's at Saints camp on Airline Drive, getting ready for rounds 2 and 3 tonight. So we'll get Fletcher's take, like we did yesterday with Brett Martell from the Associated Press. He was at the Zurich on the way to Saints camp. Got golf recap and Saints preview. We'll get the golf recap and a Saints recap from last night and preview of tonight from Fletcher Mackel. Fridays with Fletch coming up. Corey Johnson with you on a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yeah, you're right. A lot coming your way. Sorry to make this announcement. We all know it's coming. Formosan termite season, swarming season, termite swarming season. Next month. Terminix New Orleans, solving your problems. TerminixNOLA.com. I have the Centricon system installed at my house from Terminix New Orleans. TerminixNOLA.com. Not worrying about termites. TerminixNOLA.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
Because I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak tree. Cheese, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview. Serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971. On Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Yeah, you right. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Tonight, tomorrow night, call Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville and get a reservation for dinner. Tonight or tomorrow night, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Perfect time to finally go, you South Shore folks that have never been to Gallagher's 527. It's Jazz Fest weekend. Uptown, downtown, Warehouse District, French Quarter. All those restaurants are going to be booked up. They're going to be slammed. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Perfect time to go. Call and get a reservation right now. So good. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. 22 minutes from Lakeside Shopping Center, door to door. Tough to beat. It's another edition of Fridays with Fletch. Fletcher Mackel joins us. Is he live at the TPC Golf Course in Avondale? Is he live at the Jim Fink Saints Training Facility on Airline Drive? Where is he? What up, Fletch?
Corey, what's up? I am at the latter of the two. I will be at the Zurich tomorrow. I was out there Wednesday or Tuesday for the celebrity shootout, and then I'll be back there this weekend at the Zurich. But yesterday and today, I am here on Airline Drive in Netry for the Saints draft.
What? Real quick on the Zurich, your thoughts? I guess not the greatest field. You hope some of the stars rise today, make the cut, and maybe we get like a big-time champion team like we did a couple of years ago.
Yeah, well, look, the Fitzpatrick brothers, Matt Fitzpatrick, mostly, who's the third-ranked player in the world, the Englishman, and his brother, Alex. His brother's a good player. He just won on the European Tour, but he's not a full-time member of the PGA Tour right now. But Matt Fitzpatrick, who, again, is probably one of the hottest players on tour, won last week in Savannah or wherever the RBC Heritage is, came here as the third-ranked player in the world. They're in second place right now. So that would be great if you could have, they're a great story. Matt's a great player. He's one of the best players on tour. If they could hold on and win, unfortunately, Shane Lowry and Brooks Koepka are right at the cut line. I hope they make the cut because they could still make a big run this weekend. But, look, the PGA did the Zurich no favors this year by putting putting elevated events all around them. Normally the schedule falls where it's the Masters, the RBC Heritage, the Zurich, and then these guys can catch their breath for a couple of weeks. But next week they put an elevated event in Miami at President Trump's course and made it elevated. So you go Masters elevated, Zurich elevated in Miami. If guys have to pick 1 week to sit out and maybe catch their breath, this is it. And that's why Rory's not back, and some of the top 10 and 20 players that we've seen here the last few years when the fields were pretty kick butt. This year's field is a little bit, it's lacking in some star power, but it would still be nice if a team like the Fitzpatrick brothers could pull through and win this thing. That would be a brand name that would certainly keep Zurich happy, and fans would come out if they're in contention on Sunday in that final round.
Fletcher Mackel's with us for just a few more minutes. He's live at Saints Camp on Airline Drive. You're live at Saints Camp because tonight rounds 2 and 3?
Yep, last night was round 1. Jordan Tyson, questionable injury history, but no questioning the talent. The Arizona State wide receiver certainly seems like he'll make Tyler Shuck's life easier as long as he's on the field. And then tonight they have 2 picks, one in round 2, one in round 3, and realize these are high-value picks. I mean, Michael Thomas was a second-round draft pick. Alvin Kamara was a third-round draft pick. So these are picks that are important when you're building a successful operation.
So last night with the 8th overall selection, this 21-year-old wide receiver out of Arizona State, what's he all about?
Yeah, look, when you watch the tape, one, he seems like a really good young man. His brother plays in the NBA for the Cleveland Cavaliers. His brother was a first-round draft pick. He seems like just a good, hard-working guy. He did an interview with the media via Zoom, and he seems to get it. That's one of the things, it's not just rhetoric. You want guys that seem bought in, that seem to understand about being professionals and doing things the right way. And look, here's the thing. When you watch him play, it's, man, this guy's great. The problem is there's a lengthy injury history. When he started his college career at the University of Colorado, he suffered a devastating blown-out knee. And then since then, he transferred to Arizona State. And when he plays, he's spectacular. But he's dealt with ankle issues and hamstring issues and a broken collarbone. So, again, if he's healthy, a lot of the experts and the people that, I trust and people that I've talked to that work in the league and that do this for a living say this guy's special. He is. Now, the question is, can he stay special for 17 games plus the playoffs? Because it doesn't help if he's special for 8 games and he misses 9.
Right away, he's your starter at one wide receiver spot, right?
Of course, opposite Chris Olave. I mean, you didn't draft him 8th overall to, bring him along slowly behind, Devon Vele. He automatically becomes, if he's not wide receiver 1, if Chris Olave fills that role, then he's wide receiver 2, or they're 1 and 1A is your starting wide receivers 100%.
All right, tonight you said you have a pick in the second round, one in the third. I think it's the 10th pick in the second round, which is 42nd overall. And the 9th pick in the third, which is 73rd overall. So the 42nd overall pick, the 73rd overall pick, you got to get at least one more starter tonight, and ideally 2, right?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. Look, Mickey Loomis, I think, was open and honest the other day when he said, we are not one player away, and he's right. I mean, look, they are a program that still needs to add talent at a lot of positions. Look, they found their quarterback last year, but the jury's still out on him. But he's trending in the right direction of looking like a franchise quarterback. You've got a young receiver now to complement your veteran in Chris Olave. But you could certainly add cornerback, edge rusher, safety, running back, because we don't know the future of Alvin Kamara. And while Travis Etienne is fine, you could use depth there. Interior offensive line, interior defensive line. There are areas where they still need talent. I would say the 3 biggest ones are cornerback, edge rusher and safety. So I would certainly look for them to address those areas tonight, but it could be a nose tackle. We'll see. But yes, you definitely want to walk away from the second and third rounds with guys that you feel like aren't just starters, but could be stars. Like I said, Kamara was a third-round draft pick star. Trey Hendrickson started here, third-round draft pick star. Michael Thomas, second-round draft pick star. Eric McCoy, second-round draft pick, one of the 10 best centers in the NFL. So you don't need to find starters. You need to find, I would say, that's the baseline minimum, 2 starters. I would say you're looking for another star as well.
Hey, was LSU looking to draft the LSU cornerback who went earlier and they had to settle on this wide receiver? I know that's a tough question. Sometimes a team will say, we got our guy. Sometimes they won't, which might be telling, saying they didn't get their guy and had to settle. I'm not saying this is like they're bummed out about it. I'm just saying, if both guys were on the board, would they've selected, you think, the LSU corner?
I do, and I think I said this last night. We did some instant reaction, and look, I always say this. I'm never going to be the smartest guy in a room, but I think common sense will prevent me from being the dumbest. The Kansas City Chiefs didn't trade up from 9 to 6 to get in front of the Commanders and the Saints because they were absolutely certain that Mansour Delane was going to be there. The Commanders need cornerbacks. The Saints could certainly use a cornerback. I don't think Kansas City is an idiotic franchise. They've won 3 Super Bowls recently. I think they knew if Mansour Delane is there at 7, the Commanders are taking him, and if not at 8, the Saints are taking him. So again, I would agree with what you just said because that was my reaction last night. I think that Jordan Tyson is one of the guys they really liked, but I think if it would have come down to Mansour Delane and Jordan Tyson, I think they would have gone Delane.
Yeah, and you had KC at 9th, moving to 6th to make that pick. So just like you said, a little nervous there. No, I agree with you. I think it's like defensive end. Cornerback has just really become a coveted position. That I think you have an easier chance of finding a wide receiver that you can start and be a star for you in later rounds than you can a cornerback. I'm not saying you don't find cornerbacks in later rounds. You do. I just think there's fewer of them.
So how about this? So Luke Johnson, who covers the team for NOLA.com, I was talking to him afterwards, and this is why I think Kansas City moved up to get their guy. In the last 15 years or 12 years, there have been something like 12 wide receivers that have gone in the top 8 picks. Of those, I think it was 12, 3 have become all pros. Of the same thing with cornerbacks, there's been something like 10 cornerbacks that have gone in the top 8 picks in the same time span. 8 have become all pros. So finding a star cornerback 1 is hard. And so I would agree with you. That's why I think Kansas City felt like he's not getting to us at 9. We got to get in front of Washington. We got to get in front of New Orleans. So while the Saints can celebrate and say he was our guy all along, no doubt about it. And look, I don't doubt that he was absolutely part of kind of the cloud of players they wanted. My gut tells me that if Delane was on the board, they were taking Delane. Now, again, Tyson may turn out better than Delane. We'll see. But once again, Kansas City jumped New Orleans back in 2017 to get Mahomes.
Yep.
Did they jump him again to get Delane and get the better of the deal in the draft?
No, and the Saints might be bummed about that, but I don't think they're bummed about Jordan Tyson.
No. And again, here's the thing. Look, they weren't bummed. At the time, Patrick Mahomes wasn't Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes sat for a year. They were perfectly happy with Marshawn Lattimore. He became the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. He went on to have a really good career here during some really strong years, 17 to 20. So the Saints weren't bummed by that. But I do think Kansas City knew we got to get in front of the Saints.
Yes.
And I think Kansas City knew again, we got to get in front of the Saints.
Yep. Fletch, what do y'all have coming on Channel 6 real quick?
Lots of coverage live here, and then my colleague Kendall Duncan is live at the Zurich Classic. So Saints in Zurich all weekend.
There you go. Fletch is at Saints Camp. He'll be on Channel 6 in a few minutes. Thank you.
All right, Corey, thanks.
That's Fletcher Mackel. Corey Johnson with you.
Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, insagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, insagency.com.
Lawn, artificial turf, custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Terminex, serving the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes since 1947. Rats, roaches, ants, and termites. Getting rid of those guys is our business. Call for a free termite inspection. Terminex, official pest control of the New Orleans Saints.
The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
I'm the fence man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
That's the type of music you'll be hearing out at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. New Orleans music. Is there any city in the world? I mean, there's probably about 3 to 5 different music genres you could play and just play a few opening notes and right away someone would, and I'm not saying, hey, what city does this music represent? That would be a ridiculous question. It would obviously be New Orleans. Something like, what's this music make you think of? And people would think New Orleans. They go like, oh God, New Orleans. Could be jazz. It could be blues. It could be Zydeco. It could be R&B. It could be rap. Could be bounce. It could be a bunch of different things. And you'd go New Orleans. I mean, is there music you can play a few bars, a song, and someone's going to go, Charlotte, North Carolina? I mean, it's funny just saying it. Oh God, Austin. There's the music of Austin. Oh, there's that Nashville sound. I mean, people in the music industry with some country music from a certain era, and that's that Nashville sound. I'm sure that exists, but not for the average person that would go New Orleans. They're not going to go Nashville. especially if you're not even talking about cities. You're just playing the music, asking them, what's it make you think of? Makes me think of summertime. Makes me think of my husband, my wife, my kids. Makes me think of, the mountains. Makes me think of New Orleans. Is there another city anywhere where that's even possible? No, and I don't think there's any music of any city. I'm trying to think of a city in America, a city in the world where you go, that's their music. That's that city's music. New Orleans, there might be like 5 different genres. I mean, Billy Joel has that tune, Italian restaurant or whatever, bottle of red, bottle of white. Put a dime in the box, play a song about New Orleans, and then all of a sudden it's got this clarinet playing and a tuba, and it's like sounds like New Orleans, like Billy Joel nails it. Put a dime in a box, play a song about Cleveland. What would the sound be? What would the music be? About Phoenix, about Los Angeles, Seattle, Denver, Dallas, Atlanta, Miami, on and on and on. Washington, D.C., Philly. Put a dime in a box to say a song about Philly. What would the music sound like? I mean, I said a clarinet and a tuba, and you're like, boom, New Orleans. It's crazy. No, our city is special. There's a reason why we survive. I mean, New Orleans, honestly, the economy, the last 40 years, going on 50 years, like 45 solid years of stagnation, while the South has had explosive growth and Texas has had explosive growth. There are literally hundreds of thousands of New Orleanians that live in Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, and now like Charlotte, Nashville, Austin. Hundreds of thousands of New Orleanians. It's crazy. No, just we have a love for the city. And I'm not dogging the folks that have left. You were right to leave. 45 years of stagnation is ridiculous. You folks like me that stayed, good for us. I mean, we're heroic in a way. The economy isn't as easy here as it is in other places. Other places are rich and wealthy, and there's money to be had, opportunity everywhere you look. New Orleans, you really have to look. You got to look hard. You got to bust your tail to make money. It's different. No, and we've stayed and it's survived because it's special, like the music and the food and just the culture. We're so culturally rich. It's almost suffocating. When you go to these other cities, they are so painfully generic. I have friends that live in like Houston, Dallas, Atlanta. They live in some suburb of Houston, Dallas, or Atlanta, and they never leave that area. They almost like hunker down. My buddy who lives in Denver says, I don't leave my little bubble. He travels a lot. He's got the wherewithal to travel, and he and his wife, his kids, they go all over. But when he's in Denver, he's not all over the Denver metro. His house to the airport, the little bubble around his house, the restaurants around his house, shopping and living around his house in that suburb of Denver. No, it's he'll tell you it's cultureless. Cultureless. No, we're so rich on that music and food, and we're showcasing it this weekend, and we showcase it next weekend, and the whole world shows up. You go to Jazz Fest and you just start, you will find folks from all over the country and even all over the world. The numbers are like north of 10%, like a double-digit percentage, 10, 11, 12%, maybe in the low teens of folks from like Metro New York, from like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, kind of the Metro New York area. That like 20 million or so people, like 10% of Jazz Fest is made up of those people. And then reportedly like another 10, 11, 12% of Jazz Fest made up of Europeans, people that come from England, France, Spain, Germany. Are you kidding me? Europeans making up a double-digit percentage of Jazz Fest. I mean, that's like 1 out of 5 people at Jazz Fest are either from like New York or Europe. No, start talking to people. It's crazy. San Francisco, Des Moines, Iowa, El Paso, Miami, Maine, North Dakota, from all over and all different ages. I have friends that like go to like Bonnaroo. I'm like, dude, you're almost 60. You're going to Bonnaroo. It's like grandpa at Bonnaroo, and we laugh about it. They acknowledge it. They're like, we're the oldest people there. Jazz Fest, all ages welcome. All age groups welcome. It's crazy. No, people from all around the country that love music, that love food, that love culture. They've had a harsh winter, probably still dealing with their harsh winter, maybe right now. Might not be 10, 12, 15, 20 degrees, but it's still like 35 every day, 40. Love coming to New Orleans. Love taking in Jazz Fest. No, I'm a native New Orleanian. I talk about natives. I talk about official New Orleanians, people that aren't from here, that embrace our city, move here, and they're more, some official New Orleanians are more into New Orleans than some natives. There are many out-of-towners, not from New Orleans, not from Louisiana, that are into Jazz Fest that blow my doors off as a native New Orleanian that likes Jazz Fest. I like Jazz Fest. I go to Jazz Fest. I'm not there at 10:45. I'm not leaving at 8. I'm not there, 8, 9 hours every single day. I go 8 days. Been doing that for 30 plus years. That's not me. But I like Jazz Fest. But there are folks that do not live in New Orleans, do not live in Louisiana. They come in from out of town each and every year. They have friends that live here. They've met people at Jazz Fest that have become friends. And you meet them. It's hysterical. Oh, where you from? St. Louis. Been coming in here. Jimmy, how do you know Freddie? Oh, we met 20 years ago at Jazz Fest. And then they stayed a few years in a hotel, and then I invited them to stay at my house, and now they stay at my house. Their kids come. I mean, it's crazy. New Orleans is like everybody's welcome, and so many people not taking advantage of the situation, take advantage of that friendship, that hospitality. No, so many people you will meet from all over. I mean, definitely the state and the region, that's easy. Definitely from the rest of Louisiana and Texas and the South, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, of course. We get those folks all the time, 365 down in the quarter. Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Panhandle of Florida, Georgia, Arkansas, all the time, every day. So we're going to get those folks for Jazz Fest, but folks from all around the country. And a lot of folks from New York, Metro, and Europeans. And folks from south of I-10, Latinos from all different kind of countries in South and Central America. It's amazing. And about a $500 million economic impact, north of 500 million economic impact expected over the next 6-7 days. It's 11 days, 8 days of Jazz Fest over 11 days. 8 days of Jazz Fest over 11 days. It's day 2 of 8, weekend 1 of 2. Jazz Fest 2026 underway. And I know folks that are just like hardcore Jazz Fest, some of you take a break. Take a break and go to the Zurich Classic. You're like, dude, I don't watch golf, don't care about golf. It's New Orleans PGA Tour stop. There are concerts, there's music, there's great food venues. The Champions Club has like a dozen great New Orleans restaurants serving like one dish, like French Quarter Fest comes to Zurich Classic at the Champions Club. Then you got a few restaurants that have tents out on the golf course where you can sit out on a deck and enjoy, fried shrimp and a cocktail right around tee boxes and greens of a few holes and watch a lot going on right around you. The 19th hole after that tent right by the 18's green, or I guess really by 9's green by the by the driving range, but near 18. No, the Zurich Classic is ridiculously well run, totally professionally run. A PGA Tour stop that a lot of other PGA Tour stops have picked up on what New Orleans does, like from the music to the food venues, all of that. It all started in New Orleans. I mean, these PGA Tour stops, it's golf. The music was never even a thought, and the food was crap. I mean, funnel cake and corn dogs and stuff like that. Now, not anymore. Following New Orleans' lead. I got a good lead for you. A New Orleans law firm for decades committed to their clients. If you have a legal issue, any legal issue, KieferandKiefer.com. You have an injury, a claim, you need a real lawyer that's going to deliver real results for you. You're in need. Kiefer and Kiefer is for you, committed to people that are in need. KieferandKiefer.com. KieferandKiefer.com. Corey Johnson with you.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints. Locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and river parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. The Steak Knife Restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef. A neighborhood restaurant, but you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years. Serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine.
Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. Yeah, you right. Trey Yen's a good one, especially this weekend. Seriously, I know you're like, okay, Corey, it's a client on your program. I am blessed where I only promote the best in New Orleans. The people I talk about are like the best at what they do. I'm blessed. I can be picky. I can be choosy. My reputation's on the line. I'm never going to promote something that's secondary, not the best. I'm not going to promote something that and tell you it's excellent, it's great. Go get the crab meat St. Francis at Gallagher's 527. It's incredible. And you go and it's okay. I'm telling you, it's delicious, like Corey said. That's why I push Gallagher's 527, because in my mind, it's one of the best restaurants in the city. And that's a good one to go to this weekend in Mandeville, because you're not going to get the Jazz Fest crowds over at Gallagher's. And Trey Yen in Mandeville, right across the street, another one. Lebanon's Cafe, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, another one that's not touristy. They're open till 9:30. Great weather, outdoor dining. Francesca Deli's another good one. The Steak Knife right down the street from Francesca Deli on Harrison Avenue. Another good one that's not touristy. Seriously, these are Lakeview tonight, Harrison Avenue, the Steak Knife, prime New York strip, some au gratin, crab meat. Great salad with that creamy Italian dressing Corey's been talking about. He says that's so damn good. No, you got to kind of stick and stay, juke and jive, know where to go and know where to avoid when it's, Jazz Fest weekend in New Orleans. You probably don't want to go to Bayona or Irene's tonight in the quarter, unless you have to. If I was like some beautiful girl was like, I'm down in the quarter and I'll be at the bar at Irene's, I'd be at Irene's bar tonight. But, I would say that for another night, those places like in the quarter, in the warehouse district, even a lot of places in Uptown, especially the places like, that are really, really good. I don't know if you're going to be able to get into like Brightson's all the way by the river bend. I don't know if you're going to be able to get into Brightson's because of the reputation and it's Jazz Fest weekend. I would assume they're booked up tonight and tomorrow night. I might be wrong. You want to know another great restaurant gimmick? Call the great place you want to go when you're X amount of minutes away, like 15 minutes away from it, 30 minutes away. Call the great place you want to go and just see if someone canceled. Hey, how you doing? I'm sure y'all are booked up tonight. Just seeing if you had a cancellation. I'm not that far away. Sir, we're fully booked. Sorry. Thank you. Have a great night. I mean, what's the worst can happen? That laugh at you? We've been booked up for months. Hang up on you? I mean, what restaurant would do that? No, I'd say, I don't want to say 50% of the time. If you picked like 3 restaurants that are really super high end that always are booked up like during Jazz Fest like this weekend, I think if you pick 3 and you call all 3, maybe like 8:30, 9, there'll be I'd say a 50-50 chance you're going to get into one of them. There'll be a cancellation. Stuff happens. People have to cancel. But to guarantee a spot, no, go to some alternative places like Francesca, like Steak Knife, like Lebanon's Cafe, like Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville, or right across the street, Trey Yen. That's the days you can check out these places Corey's been talking about and praising for so long. I'm like you. I love to eat. I don't like misses. I got friends who are like, dude, you don't try new stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? I try new stuff all the time. When people like you and a few other people like you recommend it. And I don't hear the opposite at all. I hear stuff like, yeah, you really need to go check this place out. Did you like it? Well, it was kind of late night. I only had an appetizer. It seemed pretty good. I don't know if that's like a great endorsement. They're kind of just going off of maybe the trends and the vibe on the street. And then I hear people that have been like, not very good. Avoid that place. I mean, it's like I'm going there. So no, I try new places when I kind of get a little mini consensus where a few people are like, dude, go check it out. It is outstanding. That's when I want to go. Really nice day. I mean, borderline gorgeous, fairly mild, sunny, mostly. Low 80s. Jazz Fest, day number 2. Zurich Classic, round number 2, cut down day. Saints have a couple of more draft picks tonight. Last night, they selected Jordan Tyson, this wide receiver out of Arizona State, with the 8th overall pick. Round 2, they'll pick 10th, which is the 42nd overall selection. Round 3 tonight, they'll pick 9th in round 3, which is the 73rd overall selection. So 2 more picks tonight, number 42 and number 73 overall. Then tomorrow morning, I think at 11 a.m., it's rounds 5 through 7. The Saints have 2 4th-round picks, 2 5th-round picks, and a 6th rounder. No 7th-round pick, 8 total. But 2 in the 4th and 2 in the 5th. You're going to get a starter or 2 out of that. You're definitely getting a starter out of the 4th or 5th round, out of 4 picks. I guarantee you, when it's all said and done, come September, there'll be somebody at least one starter out of 2 4th-rounders and 2 5th-rounders. The 4th-rounders are right next to each other. It's numbers 132 and 136. And the 5th-rounders are 150 and 172. You're going to get a starter out of those 4, at least 1, ideally 2. Like Jordan Thomas, that's 1 starter, last night's overall pick at 8th. Tonight, you got the 42nd and 73rd overall pick. You better get at least 1 more starter, ideally 2, but at least 1. So that's 2 starters, maybe 3. And then I just mentioned you're going to get at least 1 more, if not 2, out of these 4 picks in the 4th and 5th round, respectively. So that's 1, 2, 3. It's a minimum of 3 starters. And it could be as many as 5. So that's pretty good news for the Saints. Just where they're selecting, if they choose wisely, and Wiley. What's that, Blue Boy? They got a starter last night at wide receiver opposite of Olave. You're right. Tonight, you're looking for maybe a defensive end and a cornerback maybe tonight. Interesting. 5 o'clock power hour now on a Fantasy Friday. Down, Blue Boy.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson.
Down,
on
buddy.
TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel
Blue
333.
Boy.
Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk,
Blue boy.
93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
Good boy. Good boy, Blue Boy.
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the Metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
I'm the fence man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Terminex, serving the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes since 1947. Rats, roaches, ants, and termites. Getting rid of those guys is our business. Call for a free termite inspection. Terminex, official pest control of the New Orleans Saints.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Yeah, you're right. You are correct, Mundo, Mr. Drew Brees. Number 9. In just a few months in Canton, Ohio, late July. NFL Hall of Fame game. Drew Brees will be in Canton as a New Orleans Saint, joining Ricky Jackson and Willie Roaf, Morton Anderson, Sam Mills, New Orleans Saints NFL Hall of Famers. Pretty cool. The first Saint as a first ballot, too. And deservingly so. Perfect. Thank you for the intro every day from the huddle, Mr. Drew Brees. Fantasy Friday edition of the program is upon us. Coupled with the fact that it's the 5 o'clock power hour. Yeah, you're right. I love this time of the week. That Katie's commercial leading into the show was perfect because this very moment of the week is brought to you by Katie's. We blow the 5 o'clock whistle. Toot, toot. And it is appropriately brought to you by Katie's. What's the 5 o'clock whistle about? Well, I just think the weekend goes by pretty damn fast. Like in 15 minutes, it'll be Monday morning, and I'll be going, oh, God, it's Monday. I'll be all bummed. It's Monday morning, and that's like 15 minutes away. So I get fired up. Like right now, I'm like, little after 5 o'clock on a Friday. Basically, 100% of the work week's in the books for most of us. And 100% of the weekend, the whole weekend's in front of you. So I like putting the spotlight on this moment. Smell the roses. The 5 o'clock whistle, appropriately brought to you by Katie's in Mid-City. What a great place to get to during Jazz Fest. What a great pit stop. Folks in and out of Katie's, parking at Katie's across the street, grabbing a little snack, a cocktail, walking to Jazz Fest from Katie's in Mid-City. Not too far away. As New Orleans as it gets, too. A great place to meet before, after the day you're taking off from Jazz Fest, not going. Go dine in the patio with friends and family in from out of town at Katie's in Mid-City. Isn't that perfect? Dining on the patio with friends and family in from out of town on the day you're not going to Jazz Fest, going to Katie's in Mid-City. Knowing Scott Craig, and this is how it's been the last few weeks, he's got soft shell crabs, and he's had anywhere from like 5 to 7 different fresh local Gulf fish. Like sometimes like 7 different Gulf fish on the menu on the weekends, along with fresh local soft shell crabs. Katie's in Mid-City. 5 o'clock whistle, appropriately brought to you by Katie's. Yeah, you right. A very nice day, borderline gorgeous, fairly mild. Low 80s, high 70s right now. Pretty nice. Nice day for Jazz Fest. Nice day for Zurich Classic Round 2, the cut down day on the West Bank. Tomorrow, 70 to 82 with a 65% chance of rain. Hopefully we get that overnight. Tomorrow evening late. Sunday, 71 to 85 with a 50% chance of rain. Hopefully we get that overnight. Anyway, that's the weekend forecast. Some rain expected. I'm not canceling my outdoor plans this weekend. Jazz Fest 2026, day 2 going on right now for another 3 hours. They'll crank it up tomorrow and Sunday. Zurich Classic Round 2, winding it down. They'll cut down, get rid of half the field. They'll play tomorrow and Sunday on the West Bank. Last night, with the 8th overall pick in the NFL draft, the Saints selected Jordan Tyson, wide receiver out of Arizona State, 6'2", 200 pounds, 21 years old, a Texas kid, 8th overall to the Saints, a starting wide receiver right away, no doubt, opposite of Chris Olave. Jordan Tyson, Saints first pick, 8th overall. Tonight, the Saints have 2 picks, one in the second round and one in the third. Rounds 2 and 3 go tonight. Rounds 4 through 7 tomorrow morning and afternoon. Round 2 with the 10th overall pick in that round, 42nd overall pick in the draft, their second round pick. The third round, the 9th in the third round, the 73rd overall. So they got the 42nd overall pick and 73rd tonight. Got to get at least one starter out of that. Ideally 2. And then tomorrow, 2 4th-round picks, 2 5th-round picks, a 6th-round pick, and no 7th-rounder. 8 total picks. The 4th-rounders tomorrow are interesting. 132 and 136 kind of clustered together, 2 picks close together. 132 and 136. If they like a player, will they bunch those together and move up a few spots? They got 2 picks in the 5th round, 150 and 172 overall. Will they bunch some of those together to move up? Is there a player they're targeting? Tyson is a starter, last night's pick. You got to get at least one starter out of tonight, ideally two. And with 2 4th-round picks and 2 5th-round picks, you got to get at least a starter, if not two out of that. So if you do just pretty well, that's 5 starters right there out of the draft. At worst, you're getting 3 starters out of the draft. Worst case scenario, I would say. So much going on. Do you boil crawfish or you just go pick them up already boiled, ready to eat? Either way, your problem solved at Rouse's. Over 75 Rouse's. They've been boiling crawfish, Rouse's. These folks are from like Thibodeau, Cajun country, South Louisiana people like us. They know how to boil crawfish. I think it's safe to say Rouse's knows how to boil crawfish and make king cakes. Been doing that for over 60 years. You want ready to eat, peel and eat, enjoy crawfish, hot from the pot. Hot from the pot, ready to eat from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's every day at every Rouse's during crawfish season in South Louisiana. No one sells more boiled crawfish ready to eat hot from the pot than Rouse's. You want to do it yourself? Crawfish boil, friends, family, big party, at work. Crawfish boil. Live crawfish by the sack at each and every Rouse's. Hot from the pot, live by the sack, Rouse's Markets. Crawfish season in South Louisiana means Rouse's Markets. From Lafayette, I should say from Lake Charles, through New Orleans to South Alabama, up to Hattiesburg, Rouse's Markets. What a day. Very nice day in Metro New Orleans. Get outside and enjoy it. Plus, with daylight savings time now, I mean, the days keep increasing by like a minute or two every day, like a minute or two every day, more sunshine. Not like 20 seconds, like noticeable. Like every week, it's like, damn, it's 5, 6, 8, 10 more minutes. I mean, it was like 7:15 like a few weeks ago. Now it's about 7:40. Daylight till about 7:35, 7:40. And when I say daylight, like if you're at the hunting blind or the fishing hole or on the golf course or playing tennis or landscaping or taking a walk or the dog's walking you or whatever, you can still see to finish up. That says it all. You can finish your little game of tennis or your little game of golf or your little project at the hunting blind or the fishing hole, whatever. Daylight till about 7:40, like almost 2.5 hours still of daylight. You can get a lot done. And with this kind of weather, I mentioned Rouse's, get over there, grab some crawfish or some steaks or something, drop some coals, boil some crawfish, get outside, enjoy your backyard, neighbors, friends, family, folks in from out of town with Jazz Fest weekend. No, get outside. The weather's nice, especially at night. Like, really nice. 7:15 is like sit outside and enjoy it. Take it all in. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday. I got a big list of restaurants, some of the best in the city, from high-end to steakhouses to smaller, lower-price places, the best in the city. If you're in from out of town or you're just a native and you love to eat, you want to know where to eat in New Orleans, coming up next, I've got the list for you. The list from a native New Orleanian who's been at it for over half a century, who loves to dine, who loves to eat out, who loves New Orleans food, culture, and cuisine. Me. Stick around.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
it is. One of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com. Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Young's Dry Cleaning with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet. Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville. A New Orleans tradition for over 40 years. Serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Thanks so much for joining us. Yeah, if you're in from out of town, coming to New Orleans for Jazz Fest, weekend number 1, weekend number 2, coming to New Orleans anytime in from out of town, from somewhere in Louisiana, from around the region, from around the country, from around the world, I've got the best restaurants, the list of best restaurants in New Orleans. Can't miss. Kind of a must-go-to if you're coming in town. I mean, I'm going to rattle off about 18 right now that are just elite. So I don't know if you're going to be able to make all 18. But if you go to any of them, you're going to be really happy. As good as it gets anywhere. Fine dining, great chefs, great restaurants, great atmosphere. Brightson's in the River Bend of New Orleans, uptown neighborhood. Frank Brightson, the speckled trout with pecans and the Meunier sauce, the gumbo, any kind of crawfish special he's got going. Clancy's in Uptown on Webster. There's not a bad thing on Clancy's menu. The crab meat salad, the filet with the demi-glace, the soft shell crab, the veal, the panade veal. Clancy's is fantastic. Le Petit Grocery on Magazine off Napoleon, a block off. The crispy chicken. Yeah, chicken at a high-end restaurant. You'll love it. GW Finn's, seafood from all over New Orleans, the Gulf Coast, and the country. Flown in fresh every single day. Special. Pesh, another seafood-centric restaurant, this one in the Warehouse District. Mr. B's in the French Quarter, one of New Orleans' finest restaurants. A great dining experience, a great taste of New Orleans, from gumbo to fish. Commander's Palace is like the preeminent New Orleans restaurant on Washington in the Garden District. Great service, great dishes, great food. Gumbo, turtle soup, fish dishes, everything, sauces. Bayona in the French Quarter on Dauphine, the lamb loin for an entree, the shrimp with the coriander sauce, the black bean cake, and the sour cream for an appetizer. Susan Spicer knows what she's doing at Bayona, her creation. Irene's also in the Quarter. Irene, her son Nicholas, special crab meat au gratin, as good as you'll get anywhere in the world. The chicken with rosemary, olive oil, garlic, that dish, the best anywhere at Irene's. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville on the North Shore. The crab meat St. Francis appetizer, the Warren LaRuth recipe. Pat Gallagher does it great at Gallagher's 527. Lamb, steaks, quail, sizzling in butter. Wonderful place. Lots of great seafood. Lilette, little French bistro on Magazine Street where Uptown meets the Garden District. The hanger steak with French fries with that demi-glace on the steak. Wow. Speaking of steak, Doris Metropolitan in the French Quarter. Not so big on the sides. They're fine. They're not your traditional steakhouse sides. But boy, the steaks, some of the best meat anywhere. Patois, right down the street from Clancy's in Uptown. A wonderful little spot. Gabrielle, down the street from Dookie Chase on Orleans. Greg Saunier and his wife know what they're doing. New Orleans food. Pelican Club, a little alley in the French Quarter. Wonderful. Gautreau's in Uptown. New Orleans food. High end, chef-driven, gourmet-driven. Herb Saint on St. Charles Avenue in the Warehouse District, one of Donald Link's places. Del Porto in Covington. What a great place, a great date place. A little cafe, outdoor dining, right there in downtown Covington. That's 18 kind of high-end restaurants in New Orleans, Metro New Orleans, most of them in the city. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. I mentioned Doris Metropolitan. When it comes to steaks, tough to beat Doris Metropolitan. Just really, really good. Desi Vega / Mr. John's, essentially the same steakhouse. La Boca, Adolfo Garcia's place in the Warehouse District, is special. An Argentine steakhouse. They have fillets and ribeyes and New York strips, but skip the traditional steaks and go with a flank, hanger, skirt steak at La Boca. The Chop House downtown on Magazine. Really good steaks, traditional steaks, steakhouse sides, prime beef, really good. Dickie Brennan Steakhouse, same deal. Good beef purveyor, good sides, traditional steakhouse. Steak Knife might be the best priced of all of them, and it's prime beef, great New York strip, great ribeye, petite filet, crab meat au gratin. I always mention that creamy Italian dressing, the homemade creamy Italian dressing at the Steak Knife, to die for. That's some steakhouses in New Orleans. Don't forget about Houston's on St. Charles Avenue with that Allen Brothers purveyor out of Chicago. They always have a prime filet, and it's marbled, and it's fantastic, center cut. And they always have a prime ribeye. A lot of the time, they'll have a prime New York strip special, which is fantastic. Great beef from Allen Brothers, the purveyor out of Chicago. So, yeah, blasphemy for some, not for me. Houston steaks kick ass. Few other restaurants definitely worth mentioning. Vincent's on St. Charles Avenue for Italian. That crab and corn soup is fantastic. Mandina's on Canal Street, traditional New Orleans. I mean, Cindy Mandina and her family invented this concept. It's copied at a lot of places. Scott Craig at Katie's would tell you we're a lot like Mandina's and a lot different from Mandina's. But kind of that kind of same New Orleans neighborhood restaurant bar concept. So you can't go wrong at Mandina's or Katie's. Little Dizzy's, really good fried chicken. A block off of Claiborne's on Esplanade. Dom Alisi's fried shrimp po' boy, I think, is the best in town. Z's Pizzeria on Barone in Uptown, one of the best pizzas, maybe the best pizza in town. Fausto's Italian on Vets, little Italian joint, about 4 or 5 blocks in from the Orleans Parish line. That panade chicken with that limone sauce, or the fish with the limone sauce. Station 6 in Bucktown, really good gumbo. That sizzling shrimp appetizer, wow. Crescent City Steaks on Broad Street. Prime beef at a great price, like 37, 35, 36, 37 bucks a steak. Great onion rings. Anthony will take care of you. Couple of Middle Eastern joints, Lebanon's Cafe, Carrollton at Jeanette by the Streetcar Barn. Lamb chops and shish kebab. Kebab House on Vets. Fantastic tabbouleh. McHardy's, Broad Street, by the fairgrounds, by Jazz Fest. Incredible fried chicken. And Mosca's, there's just one rule. You got to go family style. You got to go with a minimum of 6. Because you want to get a couple of platters of the chicken a la grande. You want to get the oysters mosca. You want to get the shrimp mosca. You want to get the salad with the crab meat. You want to get some Italian pasta dish with red sauce, meatballs, meat sauce, something. Everybody gets a little. Minimum of 6 people. You got to go with a minimum of 6 people. Family style at Mosca's. That's a pretty good list right there of high-end restaurants, great steakhouses, and kind of neighborhood New Orleans-y type joints of all different price points. You're coming in from out of town for Jazz Fest, Zurich Classic, anytime in New Orleans. That list is a great list from someone, a native New Orleanian that dines out a lot. Can't go wrong with these restaurants. Trust me. Not trying to be the Michelin guide, not some frou-frou places here today, gone tomorrow. No trendy crap. Just 5-star, great dining experience, great menu, consistency every time. It's on my Twitter, at Corey Johnson, if you need to check it out. At Corey Johnson on Twitter, on X. Follow me. You can watch the show live every day, 4 to 6 o'clock weekdays on Twitter, on X, at Corey Johnson. Follow me. You can check us out live on YouTube. We're live on YouTube right now. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. Latrim, the global manufacturing giant, is hiring. They're in Elmwood, right under the UEP Long Bridge, convenient for East Bankers and West Bankers. They're hiring. They're on the North Shore, I-12 facility. You North Shore folks don't have to cross the lake. They're hiring. And it's not 2 or 3 job openings. It's dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of job openings at Latrim.com, a job, a career for you. Many Latrim employees have been there for dozens and dozens of years, decades. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M, Latrim.com. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday. Yeah, you right. Thanks so much for joining us. Jazz Fest, day number 2 of 8. They'll do it again all next weekend. It's incredible. Only in New Orleans.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints. Locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's Latram.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the fence man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers. Uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'Cause I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
I have to admit that my chipping and putting green in my backyard that LGD Lawn and Landscapes installed back in October is incredible. I'm out there almost every day for just a few minutes. I mean, I figured like if I'm there 5 minutes a day, over a week, it's, almost an hour. It's kind of hard to get an hour of putting practice in a week, Get a good, 35 minutes in if I did 5 minutes a day all week? 5 minutes. Gonna get better at putting. Chipping looks great. Don't have to deal with that part of my yard anymore. I got a chipping and putting green in my backyard. It's unreal. I'm in radio and television. Don't think it's for rich or wealthy. It's for everybody. Affordable. Call Colin at LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get a chipping and putting green installed in your backyard. If you go to my Twitter at Corey Johnson, it's my pinned tweet. A little video I shot when they first installed it. It's incredible. NOLALGD.com. You can go to the website and check out artificial chipping and putting greens and just artificial turf, synthetic turf installations all over the metro area that they've done. NOLALGD.com. Check out the installations and get them to your house and get an absolutely free estimate. How can you go wrong? NOLALGD.com. Colin's got great ideas, too, that'll blow you away. NOLALGD.com. I love my chipping and putting green in my backyard. What a gorgeous day. I'm not going to say ideal. It's not 60, 65, perfect blue skies and sunny, but it's no rain, and it's like about 79 degrees, and it's just kind of mild weather, and there's a little breeze blowing, and it's, I don't know, if you had a convertible, the top would be down right now, and you wouldn't be sweating. And boy, in like an hour or two, if you can get a dinner reservation somewhere outside for like 7:30 and get to enjoy kind of daylight going into nighttime, you're going to have a great evening in New Orleans tonight. Almost envious and jealous, but I don't get envious and jealous. Thank God. What a wasted emotion. But boy, you folks that are going to be at maybe one of those restaurants I mentioned, dining outside tonight? Are you kidding? Let's see. Brightson's does not have outdoor dining. Clancy's does. Clancy's has tables outside on the sidewalk. You can dine outside now at Clancy's down both street. What's that? Annunciation and Webster. Probably 3 tables down each side of the building if you're lucky to get one. Le Petit Grocery, same thing. They've got tables outside on the sidewalk on Magazine and down the side street. It's at a block off of Napoleon. General Pershing, maybe. I don't know. So Brightson's, no outdoor dining. Clancy's does. Le Petit Grocery has outdoor dining. GW Finn's does not have outdoor dining. Pesh does not. Mr. B's does not. Commander's Palace does on the patio. Bayona has outdoor dining on the patio. Irene's has a back patio tonight. Gallagher's 527 has a little spot behind the bar, maybe 2 or 3 tables. Lillette has outdoor dining down Magazine and the side street. Antonine. Doris Metropolitan has a little patio outdoor dining. Patois has one table. I'm not kidding you. This is so romantic. This is a great date gimmick. Patois has one outdoor table on this little porch. It's a two-top for two people on this little porch that's about 6 feet by 6 feet. They got one table only at Patois outside. Gabrielle doesn't have outdoor dining. Pelican Club, I don't think does. Gautro's does not. Herb Saint probably has outdoor dining on St. Charles. They probably have a few tables outside. Del Porto has outdoor dining. I've done that at night with a date. It worked out well. Desi Vega, no outdoor dining. Mr. John's, no outdoor dining. La Boca, no outdoor dining. Chop House, no outdoor dining. Dickie Brennan Steakhouse, no outdoor dining. Steak Knife, no outdoor dining. Houston's, no outdoor dining. Vincent's, no outdoor dining. Treyen, no outdoor dining. Rosedale, no outdoor dining. Giacomo's, I think you can dine in the truck. Katie's has a patio. Mandina's, no outdoor dining. Little Dizzy's has tables outside on Esplanade. Domalisi's has tables outside. What is that? Annunciation and Belcastle. Z's Pizzeria. I don't think there's tables, but it's on Barone. There's like little stoops and maybe some tables at other places that are available, some chairs. Fausto's used to have outdoor dining, but they expanded the restaurant. They do not. Station 6 has outdoor dining. Crescent City Steaks, no outdoor dining. Lebanon's Cafe, outdoor dining. Kebab House, no outdoor dining. McCarty's, I don't know if you want to call this outdoor dining. They have a bench that you can eat on right outside. And I've literally eaten on the trunk of my car with a friend right outside of McCarty's. Great fried chicken. Mosca's, no outdoor dining. No, on a night like this, ideally get to a restaurant that has outdoor dining, ideally. But I mean, like I go to Lebanon's with my brother and my mom all the time. They don't like dining outside. So I don't force them and twist their arm. But I like dining outside when the weather's right. Hey, every day this program, we're on radio every day, weekday, 4 to 6. We're on television every weekday, 4 to 6, all over Louisiana. We're on social media every weekday, 4 to 6 live on Twitter, X, on YouTube. And every day the program's brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kennebra, home of the big store, Lamarck Ford, for over 45 years. And Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood. If you own a business, you need a commercial truck, van, or SUV, Lamarck Crescent City Ford. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex and Lamarck Crescent City Ford. Corey Johnson with you. Fantasy Friday. Yeah, you right. Jazz Fest weekend number 1 underway. Day 2. They're going for about another hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes or so. And then they'll wind down Jazz Fest day number 2. But you got 2 more halfway through just this weekend. All day tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 7. All day Sunday, 11 a.m. to 7. Then they rinse and repeat. They do it again next weekend, Thursday through Sunday. 4 more days. Incredible. Like I said earlier, only in New Orleans. And I was talking to some friends. We're talking about local Thursday, $55. You know, if you don't have a Louisiana license on a Saturday, it could be as much as $149. In Dallas, Atlanta, Houston, it'd be $225 a ticket. In like Boston and San Francisco, it'd be like $325 a ticket. In like Los Angeles and New York, it might be like $400 a ticket to go to a Jazz Fest event with this many stages, this many musical acts every single day, that many food tents, that many refreshments, that many vendors. Are you kidding me? It'd be hundreds of dollars anywhere else in America. Now, I mean, I remember when tickets were like $12.50, $14, $16, $18. I remember that 30, 40 years ago. It ain't cheap, I hear you, but it's a bargain compared to anywhere else. It is a New Orleans priced goodie. There's no doubt about it. Expensive when we're inside the levee system, inside a vacuum, inside New Orleans thinking only. No doubt. It's out of the price range for many New Orleanians. Can't go as many days as you like. But compared to any other city anywhere, this size event with this many acts, this many stages, this many venues, and this many food options would be much more expensive. Not even close. Speaking of food options, I mentioned when I was rattling off steakhouses, the steak knife may be the best priced of them all. 14-ounce prime New York strip, 14-ounce prime ribeye, Bobby's in the back, getting your filet going, that speckled trout with the crab meat au gratin, steak knife in Lakeview. If you've never been, you need to get to Harrison Avenue. It's fantastic. You folks that know exactly what I'm talking about. You folks that know that are like, man, I haven't been there in years, maybe over a decade. What are you waiting for? They've been there since 1971. Consistently great for 55 years. Get to the steak knife tonight or tomorrow night for dinner. Tuesday through Saturday night, the steak knife in Lakeview. And that bar scene tonight, go to the steak knife tonight if you're looking for a cocktail like 9:30 or so. Go check out the bar scene at the steak knife. And you can pick up a nice little New York strip while you're at it. Coming right back. Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife. Bingo. Serving only USDA prime Bingo. beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters.
And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it.
Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, no cool spots. TM-AC.com, no cool spots.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'cause I'm the fence man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
Thefenceman-neworleans.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints. Locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
That's a good one tonight for many reasons. First and foremost, Lebanon's Cafe is damn good. But also outdoor dining, under the green awning, under the green oak trees, under the streetcar, on the streetcar line, I should say, on Carrollton. But also off the beaten path with Jazz Fest. I think there'll be a little crowd in there because of Jazz Fest, just locals out and about, finishing up from Fest after 7. But it's not a big touristy spot. They're going to be down at the hotels, down in the French Quarter, CBD, Warehouse District, and the like. No, Lebanon's Cafe, lamb chops and shish kebab and Middle Eastern sides, outdoor dining. That's a good selection. Off the beaten path, away from the tourists. Can't go wrong with that. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yeah, you're right. Corey Johnson back at you. Last night, with the 8th overall selection in the NFL draft, the Saints selected Jordan Tyson, a 21-year-old wide receiver from Texas that went to Arizona State. 6'2", 200 pounds. He's a starter right away. So 1 pick, 1 starter right away. Tonight, the NFL draft has rounds 2 and 3. Tomorrow morning and into the afternoons, rounds 4 through 7. The Saints have a pick in the second round, the 10th pick in the second round, 42nd overall. The Saints also have the 9th pick in the third round, the 73rd overall. So tonight, 2 picks, 42 overall and 73 overall. You got to get at least 1 starter out of those 2 picks. And ideally, you get 2 starters out of those 2 picks. So worst case scenario, after tonight, 3 picks, the Saints have 2 starters, maybe 3. Tomorrow, 2 4th-round picks and 2 5th-round picks. The 4th rounders are clustered together, numbers 132 and 136. And then the 5th round, 150 and 172. That's a lot of picks close together, 132, 136, and 150. That's 3 selections and 18 picks. It's pretty good in the 4th round and early 5th for the Saints. with those 2 4th-round picks and 2 5th-round picks, you should get ideally 1 starter out of that and maybe 2. So I think this draft, worst case scenario with just decent picking, you're getting 3 new starters minimum. And maybe if you're fortunate, maybe 5. Maybe 5. And with free agency, you got about 4 or 5 new starters there. I'm telling you, the Saints are going to have like a dozen new starters on this team. Like minimum of 8 or 9. A minimum of 8 or 9 new starters from last year, probably like 10 or 12. And when one of them's not the quarterback, you can make dramatic improvement. If you seem to have your quarterback, I mean, it's not proven yet. It's not like, shucks, franchise quarterback for the Saints. It's done deal. It looks like it. He keeps improving. It looks like he got that problem solved. Kellen Moore, second half of the season, seemed like he knew what he was doing coaching. No, it's nice to have legitimate, not fake, legitimate expectations, like real hope. And I think that's what you get with the 26 New Orleans Saints. Hopefully they have a good night tonight and get a couple of starters with the 42nd and 73rd overall picks. Hey, if you need air conditioning help over the weekend in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, just think Total Maintenance. They're there for you. Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys, they'll diagnose it right the first time and they'll come right away. What more do you need? Fair and honest, incapable of screwing you around, diagnosing it right away and coming right away. Total Maintenance. If you need air conditioning help in New Orleans or Baton Rouge over the weekend, just think Total Maintenance, tm-ac.com. tm-ac.com. That's Total Maintenance. Zurich Classic Round 2 winding down as we speak. They'll cut the field in half and finish up on Sunday, rounds 3. Or I should say round 3 tomorrow, round 4 on Sunday. Jazz Fest winding down in about an hour. They'll do it again tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow, 70 to 82 degrees, but a 65% chance of rain. Who knows when? I'm not canceling my outdoor plans. Sunday, 71 to 85, 50% chance of rain. Who knows when? I'm not canceling my outdoor plans. Hopefully this rain happens overnight, huh? Overnight. Our special guest joins us, final guest of the evening, walking into the studio. Thank you so much. What a way to end the program. Yes, Blue Boy. What, buddy? It's a pleasure to be on the neutral ground. No, buddy, it's a pleasure to have you on the neutral ground. You want to do what on the neutral ground? No, buddy, not here. We do that on the neutral ground, the literal one where the trees are in the grass. Have a great Jazz Fest, Zurich Classic, Saints Draft weekend. See you Monday, 4 o'clock right here.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.